I got on the lake to the right and I knew I had to go left, so I went off the main trail, which was a big mistake, and I hit some open water, didn't see it until it was too late, and ended up swimming with the sled. The sled is still in the lake right now, trying to organize a way to get it out, but yeah, it's scary. I managed to stay calm and get myself out and got home safe and warmed up. I'm fine, but definitely don't go off the main trail.
Tell me about, were you very far from shore? And tell me what your thoughts were when you saw the open water and you knew it was going to happen.
Well, I was about, I'm estimating about 100 yards maybe offshore, and as soon as I realized I was going down, I shut the engine off in the machine and trying to save it. And the thought that went through my head was, this is going to be cold. But I managed to stay calm. I knew the ice was going to break right along the edge of the open water, so I broke it away with my hands until it was strong enough. I pulled myself up onto my belly and got away from the water and walked back to shore.
Tell me about reading about that stuff. Is that where you got it from, what to do, or was it just sort of...
Yeah, probably watching sledding YouTube videos and stuff like that, fails of other people going through ice and all kinds of stuff like that. I grew up around water, not this water. I don't really know this lake too good, but I grew up around water, so I guess I kind of just had a feeling, you know, right next to the open water it's going to be the thinnest ice, and I just knew I had to spread my weight out. I didn't want to get right on my feet right away, because obviously you got a lot more weight in one small area, so stayed on my belly until I got away from the water, and then I stood up.
And your girlfriend was following you. Her reaction, I guess, was she screaming, or do you remember?
Yeah, she was probably 50 yards behind me, so she stopped. She saw what was happening, and she got off of her sled and she started to come towards me, and she stopped. Luckily, I didn't want her to end up going through too, but I walked back to her, and yeah, she was freaking out a little bit. She was in tears, and I asked her if she was okay to turn the machine around and drive it back to shore, and she was, so she did, and I walked, and then we just both jumped on her machine and took the roads home.
For people in this position and listening to this, what's the secret of your survival?
I think remained calm was the main thing. Don't panic. I think that's when you get yourself into some trouble.
And what did you do? You spoke a little bit about how you knew that it was going to be thin ice. Talk a bit about that, how you broke it away because you knew.
Yeah, well, I just figured, you know, there's open water here, so the edge of the ice around the open water is going to be thin. And there was other snowmobile tracks fairly close, so I knew it was going to be strong enough eventually. So I just kept pushing it away, breaking the ice away with my hands, and using my hands, pushing down on the ice kind of to break it away until it was strong enough.
Do you feel lucky to be alive?
I do, yes. It's my own fault that I went through. But yes, it definitely could have been a lot worse in a hurry.
What did your clothes feel like? Like people say they're so much heavier. Talk a little bit about it if you can.
Yeah, I think my adrenaline, I didn't really notice extra weight until I was walking back to shore. My boots were full of water and they felt like they weighed 15 or 20 pounds each. And as far as the rest of my clothes, I think I didn't really notice too much. I was probably adrenaline running through my body there. And
last question is, talk about the insurance. It's not a lesson, but it's just an FYI for people.
Well, I was cheap, and I do have insurance, but I only have liability to make me legal. Had I paid a little bit extra and got comprehensive insurance, it would have covered the cost of the snow machine as well as recovery of the snow machine, which I don't know yet, but I'm estimating a couple $1,000s to get it out.
Good. And sorry, what year was the snow machine?
It was a 2000 Mach Z 800.
Good. All right. Thank you.